Hello everyone. In a previous video lecture, we have studied the boundary condition between conductor and free space. In today's video lecture, we will discuss about the boundary condition between perfect dielectrics. Okay, so for that, consider two dielectric media which is having permittivities epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. So this is medium 1 which is having permittivity epsilon 1, and this is the medium 2 which is having epsilon 2 as a permittivity 2. Okay, so here the boundary between two perfect dielectric is as shown in this figure. We can see this is the boundary between this two medium. Okay, so for that consider the closed path. So here one closed path and one Gaussian surface is there. So here the closed path is starting from this 1 point, 2, 3, 4 and 1, and then we know that again the work done to move that point charge around the closed path is always 0. Okay, so here we can write integral of E bar dl bar is equal to 0. So here in terms of closed path we can write integration of 1 to 2, again path starting from this 2 to 3, then 3 to 4 and 4 to 1. Okay, so here we can write this E bar dl bar is equal to 0 in terms of different path, that is from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1 is equal to 0. Now we can see that the integration of 2 to 3 path and from 4 to 1, these are actually the normal components, and the path 1 to 2 and 4 to 3, this is a tangential component. Okay, so here the normal component, that is 2 to 3 and 1 to 4, they are having opposite direction, so that's why they are cancelled. So there are only tangential term, that is from 1 to 2 path and from 3 to 4 path. Okay, so here the value of this 1 to 2 path is del w, so we can write del w et1, and this again is having negative sign, or we can say the opposite direction, so again this can be written as del w into, again a tangential component is there, so we can write et2. Okay, so here we can write directly del w et1 minus del w et2 is equal to 0, and here the value of this 2 to 3 and 4 to 1 is 0. So this is 2 to 3 and 4 to 1, these two terms are get cancelled. So the remaining term is E bar dl bar 1 to 2 and E bar dl bar 3 to 4, which will becomes del of w et1 minus del w of et2 is equal to 0. So we can write here this del w and minus del w get cancelled. So we can write here, sorry, they are not cancelled. Here we can write this del w et1 is equal to del w et2. So here this del w get cancelled. So here the value of this tangential component is E of t1 is equal to E of t2. Okay, so this is the tangential component of E bar in medium first, so that's why we have to take it as a first medium, and et2 is the tangential component of E bar in medium 2. Okay, so here this indicates that the tangential component of electric field is continuous across the boundary. Okay, now after that we will calculate here the electric field intensity and electric flux density. They are related by the equation d bar is equal to epsilon E0 E bar, or we can say here. So here again for the first medium we can write d of t1 is equal to epsilon 1 et1, and for second medium the magnetic flux density is given by d of t2 is equal to epsilon 2 et2. Okay, so according to this equation we can write here et1 is equal to dt1 upon epsilon 1, and this et2 becomes dt2 divided by epsilon 2. Okay, so here if we compare this equation, then we can write dt1 upon epsilon 1 is equal to dt2 divided by epsilon 2. So here, according to the previous equation, et1 is equal to et2. So that's why we can write here the value of et1 is equal to et2. The value of et1 is dt1 upon epsilon 1 and the value of et2 is dt2 upon epsilon 2. So we can write dt1 upon dt2 is equal to epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2. So this is the equation which indicates that the tangential component, this T1 means the tangential component. The tangential component of electric flux density is not continuous across the boundary. Okay, and in first equation we have seen that the tangential component that is et1 is equal to et2. So here the tangential component of electric field is continuous across the boundary. Okay, so here we can calculate the et1 and dt1 using this equation. This is dt1 and this is et1. Okay, then we can obtain the normal components. So for that we have to apply the Gauss law. Then we know that the Gauss law is the charge enclosed by that surface is equal to the total electric flux, that is charge enclosed is equal to surface integral of d bar into ds bar is equal to q. So here the direction of this d bar for the top surface is positive and for bottom surface it is negative, and we have to consider here again the Gaussian surface. So let us refer this figure again. This is the Gaussian surface. Again this is dn1 and this is dn2, that is normal component. Del of h is the total height of this Gaussian surface and del of s is the surface area. Okay, so here the direction of this d bar for the top surface is positive and the direction of this d bar for the bottom surface is negative. So we can write here this dn1 into the area is del of s minus this dn2 del of s is equal to total charge enclosed by that surface, that is nothing but q. So here dn1 del s minus dn2 del s is equal to q. But according to the surface charge density, we know that rho s is equal to q upon del s. So the value of this q is equal to rho s into del s. So we have to put here the value of this q as a del of s into rho s. So we'll get dn1 minus del s minus dn2 del s is equal to rho s into del s. If we take here the del s as a common, then this del s and del s get cancelled. Then the equation becomes dn1 minus dn2 is equal to rho s. Okay, so here if we'll assume that the surface charge density at the interface between two media is 0, then the equation becomes dn1 minus dn2 is equal to 0. Then we can write dn1 is equal to dn2. That means the normal components are continuous across the boundary. Okay, then if we want to write this equation in terms of electric field intensity, then again write in terms of epsilon 1 en1 is equal to epsilon 2 en2. Hence the equation becomes en1 upon en2 is equal to epsilon 2 divided by epsilon 1. Okay, so these are the four conditions for the boundary condition between perfect dielectrics. So the first tangential component is et1 is equal to et2. Then the magnetic flux density for the tangential component is dt1 upon dt2 is equal to epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2. Then after that we have to calculate here the normal component. So the normal component of in terms of electric flux density is dn1 is equal to dn2, and the electric field intensity in terms of the normal component is En1 upon En2 is equal to epsilon 2 upon epsilon 1. Then after that we will study the boundary condition for conductor-conductor interface. Means what? In case of conductor, the charges are not present inside the conductor, but on the surface of conductor, the charge density exists. Okay. So here if we consider the boundary between two conductors, let us see, this is the boundary between two conductor and this is the one medium and this is second medium. So here in presence of the static electric field, means electrostatics, in both media, here the value of this d bar and e bar are 0. So the boundary condition between two conductors exists only when a steady direct current flows across this boundary. Okay, so here consists the boundary between two conductors, which can be shown in this figure. So this is again this Gaussian surface. This is medium 1 and this is medium 2. Medium 1 is the conductor and medium 2 is the conductor again, and this is the boundary between two conductor. Okay, so consider that first the conductivity of medium 1 is sigma 1. This is denoted by sigma value, and the medium 2 which is having conductivity sigma 2. Okay, so for the calculation purpose we will consider this cylinder of surface which is having del of S. Then the current density, we know that the current density which is denoted by J, and it is given by current flowing through per unit area. Okay, so here the current density Jn1 comes out from the top surface of this cylinder, this is Jn1, and the density Jn2 enters into the bottom surface of cylinder. Means what here? This Jn1 is entering and this Jn1 is leaving the surface area. Okay, so here the current can be expressed. We know that in terms of current density is what? Current is equal to, this J is equal to I divided by A. So we can write the value of this current, I is equal to what? Current density into area, that is J into A. Okay, so here we can write this formula, current is equal to current density into surface area. Then let us consider for a small surface area in terms of integration. So if we consider the small surface area, then we have to take here the integral value. So here it will become I is equal to integration of S into J bar ds bar for this small surface area. Then there is no accumulation of charges. So that's why we can take here the value of this J bar into ds bar is equal to 0. Why? Because in case of conductor, there are no charges present inside the cylinder. Okay, so that's why the value of this I is equal to 0. Then applying this equation for this cylindrical surface, then we can write here, we have to write here first top surface, then in case of bottom surface and considering the side. So here we can write J bar ds bar for the top surface, then plus J bar ds bar for the bottom, and for side J bar ds bar is equal to 0. So here consider that the side surface area is negligible. That means we are considering a coin shaped surface. That means for the coin we know that the side surface area is very small. So we have to consider a coin shaped surface area. So for that purpose here the side area of this J bar ds bar becomes 0. Then after that here only two terms are there, that is one is for top and second for the bottom surface, because this side surface becomes 0. Then the equation becomes here the integration of J bar ds bar plus line integral of J bar ds bar is equal to 0. And here the direction of this J bar and ds bar is same, that is normal to the boundary surface. Okay, so we can write here J as a Jn1 integration of ds for the top surface minus Jn2 integration of ds for the bottom surface is equal to 0. So here the Jn1 which is comes out from the top surface, So we are considering as a positive sign, and while the Jn2 Jn2 is enters into the bottom surface. So we can see here in this figure, this Jn2 is entering to this surface and this Jn1 is leaving that cylindrical area. So that's why we can write here the Jn1 considering as a positive sign, and for the bottom surface we are considering the negative sign. So in this case, the S into ds bar, that is surface area, is equal to del S. So this Jn1 del S minus Jn2 del S is equal to 0. Hence we can write Jn1 is equal to Jn2. That means the normal component of current density are continuous across the boundary. Okay. If you want to express this J in terms of electric field intensity, then we can write J is equal to sigma of E bar. So here we can write for J1 it is sigma 1 En1 bar, and for J2 it is sigma 2 into En2 of bar. Hence we can write En1 bar upon En2 bar is equal to sigma 2 upon sigma 1. So in this case the electric field is conservative throughout the origin. The tangential component of E bar are continuous across the boundary. So we can write tangential component of E1 bar is equal to tangential component of E2 bar. Okay. So then in case of the boundary between two conductors, first point is electric field must be normal to the surface of good conductor. Then second point is the static electric field inside the conductor is always 0. And third point is the conductor surface is always an equipotential surface. Okay. So these are some key points regarding with the boundary condition between two conductors. Okay. So here we'll get the three equation in terms of normal component and in case of tangential component. The first is Jn1 is equal to Jn2, that is normal component of current density are continuous across the boundary. Then second, for tangential component it is same, that is Et1 is equal to Et2. So this is all about our today's session. I hope you will like and enjoy. So today we will stop here with motivational quote, and today's motivational quote for you is work hard in silence, let success make the noise. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.